This is Fred Beck and Fred's Fighting, proudly sponsored by Empire Fight Store. I'm joined, first time ever in person, by Shane Watson. Shane, how you been, mate?
Very good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, I've been all good. I went down to Mark Titter's gym yesterday, got a few interviews there. How often do you go down to his gym, considering you manage quite a few of his fighters?
Quite a few. So whenever we have a fight week, so we've got 3 fight weeks this month. So we've got Johnny Fisher on today. We've got John Hedges on February the 27th. And on February the 26th, we've got a fighter out in Vegas, actually. So I'm going to have to go to Vegas, I think, February 23rd for him. Not complaining, by the way.
I like how you say, I have to go to Vegas, rather I'm going to Vegas.
Yeah. No, I am not complaining. And Adam will go February 27th, I think, to John Hedges' fight. Or it'll be the other way around, whatever way it is. But I think I'll be going to Vegas, hopefully.
How do you decide who, if it's you or Adam, who goes to one of the fights?
We usually rotate it. So I actually went to Vegas in December for Joyce's training camp. Then I flew to Mexico for one of my guys' debuts out there. So we usually rotate, but it depends on each other's schedule. So if he's busy that week and he can't fly to Vegas, I'll go, or same vice versa, I guess. So.
First class, business class, economy?
No comment. No, I'm joking. No, do you know what? I usually always fly economy. I've always flown economy. Unless anyone's willing to give us any free flights out there, it's first class. But yeah, economy. I'm just an average geezer that works in boxing. I don't need to fly business class, mate.
When do the private jets come in?
Well, when Joyce beats Tyson 3 for the wide heavyweight title, then I'll get a private jet, hopefully. We'll see.
Perfect. There's the title of the interview right there. So what's going on with Joyce right now? We'll touch on Johnny's fight in a minute, but what's going on with him? Because we hadn't heard much from him in a while.
Yeah, unfortunately he lost, broke his arm. Didn't lose his arm, thankfully he's still got 2 arms. Broke his arm. Wasn't a major break, like we could get worse arm breaks than what he got, which is good, because he's back in training. He's punching again from, I think it's actually next week, so he'll be back in the ring soon. He'll be back in the ring in May, without a doubt. Joyce returns to the ring in May. Against who, we're not actually too sure yet. There are a few world level names we're talking about. And it will be in England as well. And that's all I can really say on him at the moment, but he's going to be back in May. So Joyce is back in the ring. He's #1 in WBO, he's in a great position. And I just can't wait to get him back in the ring, basically. So that's it, we're around the corner now, really.
How long will it be till that WBO mandatory comes into effect?
Yeah, well, it's a bit of a confusing state the division's in right now. So basically, you've got the mandatory. He is actually the mandatory for the world heavyweight title, even though it only states the #1. But the problem is, Usyk's obviously going to fight Anthony Joshua because there's rematch clause there, and I think the plan is for if Fury beats Dillian Whyte, which I expect him to do so, and Usyk comes through the AJ fight, which I expect him to do so, even though it's still a very good fight. They will then fight. The winners will then fight each other in October, November time, and then I think all of the governing bodies are going to order mandatory. So what I expect will happen then is all the belts will become vacant. So #1 will be #2. At the moment, #1 is Joe and #2 is Parker. I mean, that could change because they both are going to have very good fights in that time. May even fight each other, may not. May fight other good names, may not. So anything can happen in every boxing, as we've seen, but that'll be the plan. Joe to probably fight for a world title at the end of the year, unlikely, but February, March, definitely by sure he will fight for the world title by then.
Okay, that sounds pretty good then. Now we just move on to one of the other fighters, second heavyweight division, Johnny Fisher, obviously fighting this weekend. He's fighting the best boxer in Spain.
Yeah, I mean, he's taken a minor step up in the sense of like this guy beat the guy that he actually beat in his last fight for the Spanish heavyweight title, Torero. It was a good, tough customer, but Johnny got rid of him in good fashion. And then this guy beat him. This guy actually only lost on points to Rivas, you know. So he's a good, tough customer. He comes and gives it. He lost on points to Romanov as well, who we know stopped Wilder in the amateurs. He's a good fighter as well. This guy is a good customer. He's going to come and give it. He's going to come and bring it. And once he feels that big Romford ball right hand, I expect him to not want to know anymore, and that'll be curtains for him. But listen, all credit to the opponent for coming here. He's game. He's had a training camp for this as well, and I think it'll be a good fight actually.
And I spoke to Johnny yesterday. Obviously, we had a conversation last time about if Johnny had boxed in York Hall but in Betfred Green. He actually hasn't. So do you think he can have a one-time show, just Johnny on the card, and sell out York Hall? Do you think that'd be possible?
I mean, we were actually talking about this earlier. He would love to fight York Hall, but the problem is, like, his ticket sales surpass what the York Hall even holds. So, I mean, obviously it would be a great thing to do. I think the only way that probably happens is if there's another lockdown. Then he ain't got to sell tickets, does he? But, I mean, he would love to do it, but I kind of felt like, and it's a shame in a way, he kind of surpassed it really, because like I said, one of his big attractions about him is the amount of tickets he sold in his fan base. And it doesn't really correlate with fighting at the York Hall. So it's a shame. But you never know, you never quite know. I mean, I guess it's still possible. But I don't see why Matchroom would want to put him on at the York Hall when business-wise for them it makes a lot more sense to put him on like an O2 bill or a Wembley Arena bill, or just obviously an arena that's got like 10, 15,000 seats in it. Because at the end of the day, boxing is not always the easiest sport to sell tickets in. So yeah, so I think, I can't see it, but he would love to do it one day. If the opportunity's there, he would definitely take it.
Do you think it would have made more sense to get Johnny Fisher on the Lawrence Okoli bill, where it might not necessarily sell out, rather than a fight like this in Ali Pali, where it probably would have sold out?
Yeah, I mean, that would have also made sense, I guess, but I think they're thinking about that kind of atmosphere in the Ali Pali. It's obviously a good card as well. I mean, you say it would have sold out, but I mean, I think what have they done? 7,500? Johnny Fisher's done 3,000 on his own, and he would have done 4 if he was given more tickets. So it would have only been about 4,000 in there still. I mean, as much as it's an attractive fight, a very attractive fight, I can't wait to watch it after Johnny gets the job done. But outside of like the hardcore, maybe not everyone, casual fans might not know who Danny Jacobs is, or maybe not necessarily might not know who John Ryder is. Even though they're both very good fighters, and it's a shame really, but they've got a great stage now. There's going to be a lot of people in there, and it's going to be a great fight. So, but yeah, I know what you mean. It would maybe made a bit more sense, but then again, you'd have to put him as chief support as well, because Johnny Fisher's chief support every show he fights on, because I'm tickets he sells. So,
where's Johnny on this card? Is he third for the main event? Whereabouts is he? Co-main?
Chief support, so he'll be on just for the main event. You can't put him on too long on the card because all the fans just leave after he goes, and it'll be empty in there again. And it's not fair on these two boys as well, because they deserve a big crowd, because they're putting it all on the line. They're both elite fighters in their division, and they deserve a big crowd for it. So.
Yeah, certainly it's going to be a good fight. And how do you see the main event going then? Daniel Jacobs, John Ryder, is it 50-50?
Do you know what? It's such a difficult one to monitor because Danny Jacobs at his best, for me, beats almost anyone outside Lorraine Richards. But we saw him against Rosado, and I think that was that in 2020 now. It's a long time ago. Is he the same fighter? He didn't look like it against Rosado. Was it an off night? Maybe. Yeah, is it a higher weight class? He is getting on now, 36. He's been through a lot. He's had a lot of hard fights. These things take their toll. Has he got the same level of determination and motivation as he wanted in the sport? There are all these questions that will be answered come Saturday night. But John Ryder's been on good form. Yes, again, he hasn't had the activity that maybe he should have as well. Like the fight in Austria. I can't remember who he fought before that, but he hasn't had the form that he probably would have wanted either. But you know what, John Ryder's he's got everything to win and nothing to lose in this fight. So I know you're going there and they give it everything in front of a good crowd. And I am going to predict a close decision going in John Ryder's favour. Close.
Well, it should be good this Saturday, but you'll be the presser when you'll be here every day, won't you?
Yeah. I'll be there. Be there all day.
That's perfect then, right. Thanks for the interview. And where people find you on Instagram, social media wise?
Instagram at Shane Watson S-Jam all together. If I said it in one, it'd say Shane Watson's Jam, if that makes it any easier. And Twitter at Shane Watson 95, yeah?